Are you looking to buy a new construction home in the Bay Area in 2025? Where are the best options that are new and upcoming that could be a good fit for you, whether you want a condo, townhome, or a single family home? My name is Spencer Sue, and in 2024, we helped over 60 families with their moves in the Bay Area. And I know all the new construction builds and have helped a lot of people with every single builder successfully buy a new construction home. Now, before we begin, I want you to understand when you go to a new construction builder, there is the ability for me to help you. But the way that it works is that I need to join you for the very first time to be able to get you credit. There is no extra cost though with working with me because the builders have all allocated marketing and sales funds to be able to work with agents like myself that bring in and help buyers understand the market, but also understand the best options. So most builders will do this. There's only one, which is Lennar, that doesn't. That's a different case. So outside of Lennar, I will be able to help you facilitate all the moves. And then that way we can structure where you are not having to pay anything out of pocket if the new construction option is for you. Now, I also want you to be clear. New construction does take time. And once it's built out, or once you see it online, they may have some that are readily available now. They maybe have some that is still being constructed. But there's only so many communities. And so if you exhaust this option and it doesn't work, then I love to sit down with you. There's nothing wrong with buying pre-owned homes. Most of the single family homes that you will ever see will be pre-owned. Or if you want a newer condo or townhome, there's some areas that may have had some built but no longer have any. Think about like Fremont, Milpitas, North San Jose. Those areas had a lot of new construction many, many years ago because the BART transit line got extended there, but they don't have as much now. So there's always solutions. You don't have to buy absolutely brand new ones. But if you want to, for that peace of mind, for that new build, for be the first person to live into it, this is the video for you. So if you like it, share it with your friends, but let me ultimately help you. So do not go on your own. If any of them look good, let's set up a time and we can go over how the logistics will work. Now, one of my favorite websites when it comes to discovering new homes is a portal called New Home Source. I like it personally more than Zillow and Redfin, only because Zillow and Redfin also are doing like resales. So their map is pretty cluttered, and they also have like these individual spec homes, which is not going to be for the purpose of this video, because this is more about communities. So there's actually some more that you can buy. At the same time though, the only catch is that some of these communities are pretty much done, so they may or may not update that well. So I'm going to be highlighting a little bit more of like the newer ones. That I would say like, look, this is a really interesting one for you to check out and understand. Now I'm going to start south. I'm going to start in the South Bay, or south of basically Santa Clara County. And while Hollister will have a lot of options, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I have helped many clients buy in Hollister, but you got actually a few builders here. The good news about Hollister, I'll highlight real quickly, is that you can get single family homes, as you can see, at a range between $700 to $930. So it's going to be a very, very affordable area if you want to buy a newer single family place. And some people like Hollister because you still have easy access to get to the ocean side. All right, that's a big part about that. It's far enough where you're not going to have the coldness of it, but it's close enough where if you wanted to go, you can easily go there. But we're going to move up a little bit more north to Gilroy side. Gilroy has an area called Glen Loma Park. So this whole region here, if you ever had a chance to go play at the Eagle Ridge Golf Club, you can see there's a development that's been going on here for some time. This is going to be a multi-year development. There's different builders that'll be building there, so there'll be a few good options here to consider. Different finishes, different styles are out here. But this is one to consider if you want a single family, but they also have like the townhome style ones. Okay. As you go up more north, Morgan Hill has some. I literally just went to go take a tour this weekend at the community of Moonstone. This is a community built by Brookfield. So they have a few duet style that is almost complete. And they also have some, so the duet style, they're already built. The latest move-ins are going to be January, but they're already pre-built. So if you like it, you got to move quickly. And hopefully the finishes and the location is suitable for you. But they will also have the townhome style that will continue to be built over time. So the townhome style, they're still building. So if you like the 3-story townhome style, this is a good option. And those prices can be starting at $950 to Basically, the duet styles, it was a little bit under 1.2, so that's something to just factor in. Now they have the bigger duet styles, a 4-bedroom one, that's at like mid 1.3s, but there's a wide variety of options there. Now this one I haven't been to in a while. There's a community by Toll Brothers, and so this is like a really nice big home, single family home, 2.87 to 3.33 million. This is a very similar style and design, as you can see, of the ones, if you ever had a chance to go look at the ones in Pleasanton. Absolutely beautiful, incredible looking homes, huge homes, and it's very rare to get. Now these will start at the 3s. I think the Pleasantons maybe at like they already start at the 4s or something like that. So there's a little bit of difference, but for a huge home, you can get that in Morgan Hill. Okay. Now as you go more north, this Urban Oak one is pretty much at the end. It's almost done. Rose Lane, this is the one by Robson. They built some single family. That's kind of almost done too. Bella Terrace is a big community by Summerhill Homes in Los Gatos. That's kind of almost done. Now the one that's still going is the Elms, because the Elms will probably take about a year. So the Elms, I help many clients move into it, mainly because it's in the city of Saratoga. Right? It's in the city of Saratoga, and so Saratoga doesn't have many new construction homes at all. And so whenever you have the opportunity to get a new construction, especially in these really desirable cities that just doesn't have any housing, this is an option. Now, most of these you can see they are a tri-level type of townhome, and there's basically 3 plans to choose from. 3 or 4 plans. I remember some that were probably like sold out or just not very few copies of it, like few of that design in the lots, but you have a few that is ready to go. Now, the most important thing when it comes to these townhomes is like the direction and what it faces, but those are the things that you have to just see case by case. So that's a good option. These are usually starting at around the 2 million mark. As you move more north a bit, you have the Arroyo Village. The Arroyo Village is in Cupertino. Similar feedback when it comes to Saratoga. There's not that many of them. You can see these prices start at $1,984 to $2.6 million. I think the model homes are up at this point, but you can see these are they range between 3 to 4 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 1,500 square feet to about 1,900 square feet. Beautiful looking townhomes is what you can expect and see here. Just be mindful, some of them may be kind of close to the highway. So some of them, especially on the west, will have highway noise, so it'll be a little bit cheaper. But this is a good location, walkable to Whole Foods, Target, lots of markets all around here. You also have the Memorial Park, where there's lots of great tennis courts, pickleball courts play at night. A lot of people play volleyball out here. People go for a run. Very nice park. Okay, so that is Cupertino. As you move more north, some of the other areas to consider. Some of these have been around for some time. This Amelia one is newer. I have not torn it yet, so I'm not sure exactly where it is at or when the earliest move-ins may be. But you can see they're still under construction, ready to be built. So this is pretty far out. But you can see the range in this case. These are townhomes, 1.5 to 2.26. The reason why they're a little bit less than Cupertino is because the size of it can start a little bit less. So I have to take a look at this. I haven't actually seen this in person. I haven't been there in a while. So those are something to consider. I skipped a little bit here of the ones in Sunnyvale. There's like these kind of condo flats that are there, these terrace ones. So this is like a bunch of different kind of configurations. There's so many different options here. So this is something where you may want to see exactly like what is left, especially when it's a big building. There could be so many different factors as to whether that would work or not. Now, as you move more north, I'm going to go clockwise, right? If you move more to San Mateo County, there really isn't a whole lot. Some of these that say call for price, these are really small ones, or they're like so far out. Like these are like small builders that are usually building like condos. So there's really not a whole lot going on in all of San Mateo County. So San Mateo County, not looking good if you want anything new. Even in San Francisco, not looking that good. There's going to be some condo buildings that will continue to be built. Some of them have not been able to sell well, so they just converted those into rentals. But here's the same thing. You're not going to get like those big KB homes, those kind of big builders there. You're going to be these different condo building types that will appear in San Francisco as they come. Now, Marin County, same thing. Not many options come around here. There's usually like some of these smaller spec homes that get built by smaller developers, right? Maybe you're looking at a couple of units, but no big community, because this goes through a similar kind of problem. I mean, just think about it. Like, where do you actually have land? Like, Marin County is a big space, but where you actually can build stuff is just like, this is not a whole lot. And the issue of this area just geography wise is they never had a lot of like commercial or industrial either. So versus like a lot of places like in the South Bay, like they, or especially these places a little bit further out where there's actually more land, like there was the ability to convert some of these spaces, but in this case there's just not a whole lot, unless you start getting, like you can see, you get closer to like Santa Rosa, like all the way up here, Petaluma, this area, you'll start getting some, you can see there's a bunch of homes, bunch of communities that are doable. But now this is quite a bit of a drive to even the south part of Marin County. Okay, as you go towards the east, let's go clockwise. Let's kind of wrap around. There are going to be some developments happening throughout Contra Costa County, right? If you go even far east, you have places like in Brentwood that always has a lot of new construction because Brentwood has a lot of land. So Brentwood is kind of like Tracy in that case, where they actually have a good amount of land, so they're continuing to build really, really nice homes and big homes. You can get single level ones, you can get 2-story ones. Those are all suitable options there. Now, if you want to get a little bit closer to the city life, there are a few communities being built. One of my favorite and upcoming ones is this Oak Grove community by Summerhill Homes. Anytime Summerhill is doing something, I'm always a big fan of it because they're like really, really good to work with. They have lots of great designs, and they're still a big enough developer where you're going to be able to see them around doing different projects here and there. So the fact that Walnut Creek will have some of these available between 968 to 1.33 is a good thing. Now, these, as you can see, will be townhomes. You're not going to get single family for these prices and these places, but still, they're quite nice and a good way to get into the market there. At the same time, if you look at the location, like all of these are going to be really close to all the BART station, the shopping centers nearby. That's the cool part about living in Walnut Creek, Pleasant Hill area. As you go south, you're going to see some, as you go through the Tri-Valley side. Pleasanton, Dublin, not a whole lot, right? Yeah, Pleasanton, Dublin, Livermore, especially Livermore, nothing. You have a few being developed in San Ramon, though. So I'm looking forward to this City Village project. So if anyone has been to the city center, you'll see like that place is really, really nice when it comes to shopping, activities, newer restaurants. Plenty of parking is around there. So that's a really cool area. So City Village is something I'm also looking forward to. I don't think they have model homes yet either. They're getting close to it, but these will range between 1.2 to 1.7 million dollars. And all of these would also be, you can see like the way that it's structured. There's going to be a bunch of townhomes. There will be some detached 3-level ones, the rows. That's going to be nice, but that'll be a whole lot more expensive. And then you also have some other detached courtyard homes. So this is going to be a big project. This will be going on for some time. Look at this, 404 homes. That's what I like about these projects, though. They're actual big communities. And so there's more options for people. The other one is this Twin Oaks Grove. So 1.2 to 1.6. This is built by Toll Brothers. It's a little bit more in the hills. This is something, given it's more in the hills, you may just want to check the insurance premiums on these now. Make sure there's no issues or no surprises, okay? In Dublin's pretty much mostly done. Like they don't have too much left, actually, even though they've been, because Dublin is an example, like Dublin, Milpitas, North San Jose, Fremont, those areas, they had a good amount of construction at a time, and they still could. It's a great opportunity for you to be able to buy a lot of pre-owned ones that have been over the last 10 years, because those are the starter homes for a lot of people. But nowadays, there's just way, way less. Like there's not that many new ones left to be able to buy. But like I said, still other options. All right, let's take a look. Let's kind of go back towards kind of the middle here in like the Hayward area. So along this path here, Mission Boulevard, there's always going to be a couple of communities left. There's not that many left, but same idea. There's a few left here. Down the road, this whole area has been rezoned for a lot more housing. So you may be able to get some more developments over time, but nothing in the immediate future. Okay, and then as you move more south, quickly, one thing up here, one thing I want to point out is this one in Alameda. There's a community about Landsea homes called Alameda Marina. This one's by the waters, and so that's a really cool lifestyle. Not that many opportunities to live by the water. And Alameda in general is a pretty popular area for families, generally good schools. So that's a good spot for people to be able to get a starter place. You can see it's a huge range though, $920 to $1.9 million. Now, as you wrap things up, as you go more south, Fremont, you have a few leftover ones. These are all by Leonard. I'm not going to care or talk about them. And then you move more south. Lumen is almost done. Parkside West is almost done. There's nothing really left there. And that kind of wraps up the whole circle. I sure could highlight some of the best ones to kind of point out, to check out. Some of the ones to even consider. This is all it. If it's not shown here, it's probably not something you're going to be able to move in the next 6 to 9 months. So you can already make a decision within a 1 weekend whether this is suitable for or not, or pre-owned it is. And like I said, 85%, 90% of my clients will be buying pre-owned because most people will be buying pre-owned, especially if they have a geography or school constraints and things like that. But if this was helpful and you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, new construction, pre-owned, anything, I want to be in touch with you. My contact details are below. Let's set up a time to go over the best options for you, and then we can actively search and find out a place together. And we also have great lenders resources too. The last thing is, because of my relationships with a lot of these builders, I'm also able to understand like where are the opportunities, where are the ones that we may be able to negotiate on price. And all of this is no extra cost to you because the builder will already be compensating me for the effort of making this a deal and making this moving forward, especially since I have the distribution that others would not have. Looking forward to help you. Let's go over game plan.